Within a bleak and dismal swamp, hidden beneath its murky waters, lies the headquarters of the most sinister villains of all time.
The Chase and Shep Show with Shep and Chase.
Super Saturday.
Super duper Saturday coming at you live.
Super duper.
Chase and Shep Show, guys. Guess
Chase and
what?
Shep Show.
If you haven't yet, subscribe and like that shit right now. And go like us on Facebook and follow us on Anchor. Listen to us on Spotify. Go to chaseandshep.com. It's just a cool thing to do, man.
Yeah, you just never know what you might find there.
We keep it updated. We post fresh shit, if I may say so myself.
Yeah, it's pretty fresh. Only getting fresher every day. So
Only getting fresher every day. So today, Super Saturday, it's a chill old Saturday here on the Chase and Shep Show. We're gonna go ahead and talk. I think MCU, where we think it's going. Who knows? Time restraints. Maybe we'll get into the DC EU or whatever they call the extended universe, where we think it's going, and where I probably pretty much think it's fucking shit shows going.
See, even DC's name doesn't even flow very well. Like, it's all just fucking incoherent. But like I said, time constraints. We'll get back into that later. Mage and I already bitched about that for the day.
Their DCEU.
Yeah, we were talking about the multiverse.
DCU. Yeah.
DCU. We were talking about their multiverse and how Marvel did the multiverse as like a step up. Like, this was their next level. This was their upgrade. Like, this was the next part of their story. And DC's doing the multiverse as a cleanup job. To be like, I know we make incoherent stories, so let us try to fucking just do a multiverse. It's like, no.
But if you're familiar with the DC storylines, like I am, they often use the similar fashion to clean up their comic storylines.
Right. Yeah. It's just
over
like
and over and over. And even in the animated, they use it over.
If you just got this shit right, you wouldn't have to do the multiverse to clean up. You could use it as a cool story device like Marvel's doing right now.
It's like, hey, let's kill all of our cool characters, but at the end, Flashpoint.
Right. You're bringing in Michael Keaton because you guys don't know what the fuck else to do.
It's just, like I said, it's just a way for them to get a little reset going.
Oh yeah, they're gonna try. Like, I mean, I've watched these people try to fucking reset how many times since 2013? Like, bro, it's getting hard to watch. Like, they need to land on something and stick with it and be consistent.
At this point, they should have just added Christian Bale into the mix with Henry Cavill and just been like, that's Batman, the Superman. Let's do a Wonder Woman movie. And
too late now. Christian Bale's over at Marvel, so
either or, we're getting into the MCU.
Let's do it.
You know more about it than I probably do, but all I really give a fuck about is X-Men. But we're talking Phase 4 right now.
Yeah. Well, honestly, from what I've been hearing, it sounds like the X-Men are about to just kind of start getting peppered in before we get that big X-Men. Because Phase 4 is already looking crazy, but like, and what's that Phase 5 going to be like afterwards? Like, even crazier because we're going to get into we start getting R-rated Marvel material in Phase 5. We start getting I don't know if we can call it post multiverse, because I feel like Phase 4 is the multiverse focus, and who knows, maybe that'll continue on, but like, I just feel like the multiverse focus in Phase 4 is the opening for X-Men and Fantastic Four and everybody to come into Phase 5, so I'm definitely excited. I've been hearing stuff like, we talked about yesterday with WandaVision, they could potentially start setting up mutants there.
They
And
could.
I'm
They
hoping.
could.
I'm definitely hoping. I definitely see them at least doing that much. I definitely see them at least starting to introduce mutants to the MCU uh, in that way. Even if it's what we've talked about before, where it's just like they thought they were one thing and they thought their powers came from the Mind Stone, but oh well, actually the Mind Stone just activated something that was already within you, sort of thing. Like very easy. They'll figure it out. They're Marvel. They know what they're doing. They've been doing this for
I've
80 years.
Yeah, I feel like the WandaVision show, very Wanda driven. I feel like that's probably something she's gonna learn over the course of that show,
Hmm.
is that she was born with those powers.
Right.
And I think it's gonna be when she has the kids and the kids have powers.
Yeah.
Personally. I
Yeah.
think that's when she'll start realizing, like, oh shit, because obviously it's not passing, the stone's not around to pass those powers no more,
Hmm. Um,
essentially.
something else was, today we were talking about House of M and stuff like that, and within House of M, like that very first issue, she has her twins, and Professor X shows up and is like, "They're not real, Wanda. Like you gotta let them go." And she's like, "No, not my children." And so it's one of those things. I don't see them putting these kids in the show just to get rid of them. There will be a way that Speed and Wiccan stick around, like because especially because they're setting up Young Avengers. So like it definitely makes sense that like they're still planting those seeds, but I'm curious to see how they're gonna do it. You know,
Yeah.
like it could be the Mephisto thing, like you were saying. Um, that makes a lot of sense. If
Yeah, puts a little bit of his soul in there, and
hmm
these kids come out. I mean, yeah, it would give, because I feel like, you know it would give that character a tie to a villain, like it should have, because at the time they were making the show and writing it, they probably didn't know, oh, Magneto could be a thing, oh, this could be
hmm
a thing. I don't know. I'm interested to see, because it could be as easy as simply as she breaks the multiverse and she finds a universe, know, um, that she had the fucking kids in.
right, yeah, never
You know
know
what I
what's
mean?
gonna
And then
happen
it's
in a
like, fuck it.
multiverse.
Yeah, and then when they all collapse back together, okay, those kids are now here. Like, oh shit, oh damn.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see the groundwork that's being laid. I know we just got done talking about it being a weekly thing and how I just want to binge through this stuff right now. I want answers, damn it, but it's good to at least know we're getting that content every week. Uh,
Oh yeah.
after can't bitch too much after that year and a half wait, and now we're literally getting weekly Marvel content for almost a whole year. Like that's not even talking about 2022. Like just this year alone is
Right.
stacked. So I can't even complain. It's just my impatience talking. It's just my fan.
Impatience
Um,
talking.
I am hoping, as far as like the big bad goes, I am really hoping it's Doctor Doom, like truly. And I keep hearing that, despite what Major and I talked about with Doctor Doom showing up at the end of WandaVision or something, um, I've been hearing more realistically that he's going to show up in Black Panther 2, which makes a little more sense. And then something else I saw recently, and I think this is I didn't dig in too much, so I don't know if this is just a rumor, but Storm might get introduced in Thor: Love and Thunder was something that I read, and I thought that was interesting.
It's weird. I feel like Storm would be the one introduced in
In Black Panther too,
Black
yeah,
Panther.
that's what I thought.
That character has ties to Black Panther.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
I don't. I would not at all want to see Victor Von Doom show up without Fantastic Four being a stat, especially if
Hmm.
he is Doom. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, yeah, sure, put him as Victor Von Doom, a businessman or whatever the fuck
Hmm.
he does. Yeah, scientist guy. Show him
Yeah.
like that. Cool. I'm with that. But like not as Doctor Doom. And
Right.
like, but you know, like I'm saying, like you planting those seeds, yeah. Black Panther 2 have, you know, series needing the fucking something worked out equation wise, and she hollers and fucking Reed Richards and fucking Victor Von Doom pop up on a fucking screen, and they're like, "Yo, this is," and they're all talking. Yeah, do that. That would be a dope way to kind of start planting those seeds for Fantastic Four. Show that they're in this universe. They just don't have their powers yet.
Yeah. Now going back to Storm in Thor: Love and Thunder, this is my prediction here. If Storm does show up in that movie, I think what they're gonna do, because you know in the comics she marries Black Panther during Civil War. From what I understand, Love and Thunder, I know a big plot point of that is Valkyrie finding a queen, you know, because she's, you know, uh, whatever, she's a lesbian within the, or bisexual or something like that within the MCU. They've established that, and
Right.
I could easily see them setting it up where it's like her and Storm. I could see them going in that direction.
Yeah.
With the lack of T'Challa around.
Yeah, no, I feel
It could be a direction they take. It's still that like royalty of, you know, and I don't know, it could work, but that's just where I see them putting her in that movie, and that making some sense, I guess.
Marvel always seems to make it work somehow.
Another thing I hear is Spider-Man 3 takes place around Christmas time. You hear about that? They've been well, they're shooting outside now. They're doing exterior shoots right now. So of course people are on it with like getting set footage and stuff like that, since they can't hide it now. And so they've already been leaking stuff online and stuff, and a lot of the set decorations and stuff are showing that it's Christmas time in New York. I'm like, okay, word, that's kind of cool.
That makes sense though, because doesn't it come out December 22nd or some shit?
Yeah. And then it's been, I think, confirmed. I think Charlie Cox has definitely been on the set. So hey man, that's awesome.
No, the rumor I've been reading is they're gonna keep him on as Daredevil, but they're rebooting the rest.
You know, and this was something else I talked to Mage about. I just don't see that. I see them recasting Iron Fist and keeping the rest.
No, I mean, like, I just mean the rest of Daredevil's cast alone.
Oh, I hear you. Well, again,
Like,
Kingpin, I highly doubt.
Well, yeah, no, I bet
Kingpin.
No, yeah, I know Kingpin. He'll probably stay the same, but I could see Foggy and the chick getting recast easy, because it's like, dude.
Well, she's in like plenty of movies.
You got
and stuff.
two, but it's like you got two of the same. Come on, you know what I mean?
I don't know. I don't see. The fans would throw a fit.
I don't know.
They'd be mad. You know.
I wouldn't be mad, man. You got Daredevil. Fuck it.
I mean, I guess, but I think that cast was solid. There's no reason to. The only person I'm mad about, it's like they really want to, you know, recast him. That'd be great, just to bring him back from the dead, because they fucking, spoilers, they killed him in Daredevil season 1. What's his fucking name? The reporter, Ben something. He's a dope character. He's a great character in the comics too. Works for the Daily Bugle.
Yeah.
It's too bad he untimely end by the Kingpin and fucking.
So there we go. 1. We could reboot it. So it's all good. But you know, that'd be dope. See him in there.
Yeah.
And you know, all the other Spider-Men. So
I feel like Sony needs to slow their roll. They're starting to make me worried. They got my knees knocking.
I see that they're putting a new character in the mix.
Yeah, Spider-Man Dusk is what I was seeing, or some shit like that. Or
it's just called the Dusk, I think. Or
Dusk. I heard it was like a Spider-Man thing. It's like a Spider-Man spinoff. Yeah.
It's just in his universe, but it's like she's her own character.
Okay.
It's like some girl that, like, from what I was just reading, because I was just reading that too, and it's like some girl tries to become a superhero and falls off a building, like trying to fly or some shit, and then becomes like a shadow hero.
Hmm.
It comes back as like a telepathic shadow.
That's kind of cool.
It
I can,
could be, but
I
it's
can, I
like
can dig that. My thing is just like Sony. When are you gonna learn?
all the people you have to choose from.
When are you gonna learn, man? Like, when are you gonna learn to fucking like taper yourselves? Like, this is what happens every fucking time with Spider-Man. You get so excited, and you just start throwing shit at a wall, and it's just like, please just let Marvel do their thing. And hopefully they're taking pointers from Marvel. Hopefully Kevin Feige has some shit to say on some of the Sonyverse stuff, and is just like, nah, we need quality here, boys and
Yeah.
girls.
Quality, guys.
Yeah, because I don't know.
I don't know,
I
man.
don't want. I don't want to see another Spider-Man get trash.
Well, you got a lot, man, because you still got the Eternals
Mm-hmm.
right before that,
Yeah.
which sets up a whole lot of Cosmos shit.
Oh yeah. Oh
And
yeah.
I believe that's what they said was the original plan was moving forward after phase 3, right? Was there was going to be like a crisis that was happening on Earth alone, and then another crisis out in the cosmos for all the Cosmo characters.
Mm-hmm. I think
So
so. I think I recall that.
yeah, so I bet Eternals will start setting the seeds for that shit,
Mm-hmm.
which I'm sure the next Guardians of the Galaxy, whenever that decides to come,
Right.
would be.
Yeah, that and Thor: Love and Thunder.
Yeah, that one would too.
Because that one already has, you know, Chris Pratt in it and everything.
That's true. I didn't think about that. So
I did just see rumors of Matt Damon being cast in this,
yeah,
and I'm like, is he playing the same character that he did in Thor 3? Because that's hilarious. Or was it Thor 2? Which one was he in? I think
I
it's
don't
Thor
know.
2. I don't know. Where he was the, you know what I'm talking about? Because Matt Damon was in a Thor movie already.
I
He
don't know. I'd have
there's
to go
the
back and watch them.
there's the scene when Loki is sitting on the throne, right? And as Odin, he's Odin,
Right.
and Thor comes back to Asgard, and he's putting on that play of like Loki, like saving the day and all this stuff, and like Matt Damon plays Loki in that play, and the guy playing Thor in the play is like the oldest Hemsworth brother or whatever. So I was like, that's some funny shit. That's pretty funny.
It is funny. No, I didn't know that. Well, I
But
mean, I'm sure I knew that at the time. I was like, "Hey, Matt Damon."
Love and Thunder, man, that one's gonna be a big one, especially with
Yeah,
Christian Bale as the
Christian Bale.
villain. And
Should have some good shit in it, man.
yeah,
Should have
man.
some good new characters that we don't even fucking know
When
about.
I was looking at tapestries today, I saw one that I was like, I wouldn't hang this up. Like, I'd be buying this pure, like, I'd buy a shirt with this on it, but I was like, I couldn't just hang this in my house, but just because I thought it was funny. It was the cover for Goodnight Moon, the book, and the title was changed to Goodnight Moon Knight, and Moon Knight's literally just standing outside the window on the cover of the book. I'm like, that's hysterical. I'm like, I wouldn't hang it up in my house all the time. I'd buy a T-shirt, but I thought that shit was funny. Good night, Moon Knight.
That is funny. No, I almost bought a shirt last night that was funny. Not superhero related, but it funny pun like that related, and it was like a little cartoon of a building with like a night sky and then a Mothman standing on the top, and then it said, "I wish you would step back from that ledge, Mothman." And I was like, "Yo, that's a pretty fucking funny shirt." Like I would,
That is pretty funny. Oh
yeah.
shit. Oh man, no, I totally forgot what I was gonna say next. Oh man.
Thor: Love and Thunder is what we were talking about. The Cosmos.
Yeah, the Cosmos. It was something else though. Uh oh, I think I was just gonna say I'm just ready to just love Fantastic Four again.
Yeah.
I'm just ready to love the Fantastic Four again. I'm ready for them to be done justice. I remember what I was going to say. So a trailer dropped the other day for this movie that's coming out on Disney Plus in like a month, right? And I watched this trailer and I had to do some research because I was like, did Disney just slick like secretly do a Squirrel Girl movie and tell nobody about it? And I was watching the movie's called like Flora and Ulysses.
Mm-hmm.
Ulysses. Um Apparently no. This is a movie by, I'm trying to think because I know the author. She's a kids book author, and I remember reading her books when I was a kid. Like I think
Yeah.
she wrote The Tale of Despero about the little mouse. And I want to say she wrote Because of Winn-Dixie, but I could be wrong about that. But regardless, it just happened to be this story about a girl who meets a squirrel with superpowers.
Nice.
But what confused me is in the trailer for this movie, they literally use footage of like Marvel stuff. Like at the beginning, when she's talking about like a world of heroes, they literally throw up on screen like Black Panther and like all these other like Iron Man and shit. I'm like, is this fucking Squirrel Girl? And I'm like,
Right.
two things. One, like how are they going to do Squirrel Girl like this? And two, like, people would be pissed. People would be pissed. Now granted, now that I know that it's not a Squirrel Girl movie, I think it looks like a cute kids movie. It looks like fun. It looks like it has a fun cast and shit, but it definitely looks like a kids movie. But I'm like, Squirrel Girl's like the one character who's like a superhero who's like thick, who's like, a plus size superhero and is like and owns that shit. So if they were to do Squirrel Girl and not represent that, bro, people would be pissed, man. It's like what was the point? Like that's the whole
Yeah.
idea of the character in the comics. It's like if you don't represent that. So I was like, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah, they've been
But
wanting that character for a minute too. So
yeah. That's one. Her Disney Plus show is fucking around the corner. Everybody else is getting it. Squirrel Girl's
might,
on her way. I
might as
guarantee
well.
that shit.
God, I got a
You got Kamala
quesadilla.
Khan and America Chavez on their way. You know Squirrel Girl's gonna get her fucking show.
And that's what's interesting about uh the WandaVision that I was reading is because one of the things I was reading people were talking about was I believe she's the reason, like in the comic books when her kids are there in
Hmm.
Mephisto, when she splits the world and shit, she's the reason that creates America Chavez's universe where there's two princesses that lead it, which is like ties into everything when you think about it, because your little thoughts on Thor Love and Thunder, and you're saying Valkyrie and Storm,
Hmm.
two princesses, they get their own world, and that's the one where America Chavez comes from, which would put
Hmm.
her in line to be in the Miss Marvel
Yeah.
anyway. That gives her character a way in, and
Hmm.
it's all coming together, ladies and gents.
Phase 4, man. Those pieces
On the
are.
Chase and Shep show here, we're piecing puzzles. We're piecing puzzles
That's
over
right.
here.
That's right. Hey, your detective skills have been on point this week. So
Yeah, man. When this happens, don't say we didn't tell you, because we told you.
yeah.
And when it doesn't happen, don't say you were
Well,
fucking wrong, because that's mean, man.
right. It's just speculation.
We'll take it in stride. It's
It's just
purely
our
speculation.
guess, man. But if we're
Purely.
right, we
This
told
is
you.
all. This is all purely speculation.
You heard it here first. If we were right.
If we're right, yeah. If we're wrong, you'll hear it here
Yeah.
last. So
And honestly, you probably didn't hear it here first. You probably read it elsewhere like we did
yeah,
prior
you're
to this.
probably like
Yeah.
those fucking guys. They read my comment.
Right. Unless you're like my mom, who, if you're still listening to Super Saturdays, good on you. I didn't
Good
think you
on
would
you.
be. But she would be a case of you heard it here first.
Yeah. No,
But
I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. I haven't uh I guess with the break with COVID and everything, I have tried to stay away from reading spoilers on
yeah,
everything. I kind of want to go in and see movies and be shocked when I see it. I'm
yeah,
like, oh shit, okay.
yeah.
I missed that. Like Civil War, or not Civil War, but Winter Soldier. That was one that, like, going in and seeing that blew my mind.
Yeah. I love like the times where you've read like full blown plot leaks and shit. I'm like, bro, how could you do that? Like, I'm all about that. Like, show me when I'm there, reveal it to me, and that's how I'm feeling about
Sometimes I get,
WandaVision right now.
yeah, sometimes I get too excited, but
I hear
like,
you.
the one that got me the most though in theaters, out of all of them, was I went and saw Guardians of the Galaxy in IMAX. Bada boom. But I didn't know shit about it because I just didn't look at no spoilers. I didn't know nothing about none of the characters, so I was like, whatever, not really that interested. I'll see it, whatever. And I didn't know Thanos was gonna be in it. So when he flew up in that scene, I lost my shit. I was like, oh fuck, what? Like, Thanos in this motherfucker?
Yeah.
Already? Like, damn, I thought he wasn't coming until the Infinity War. Like, damn, we already seeing him now. Like,
Shit,
oh
but
man.
we started seeing him. I think the earliest Thanos showed up was the very first Avengers.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, he was
No,
in
I mean
it.
like full on internet. Yeah. No, I know what you mean. But I'm hoping they do the same with Doom, where they just kind of are building him in the backdrop of things, and because
Yeah.
it's one of those things. I definitely think they have it plotted out because the guy who is wrapping up this current Spider-Man trilogy, he's writing and directing. Well, maybe not writing, but he's directing the Fantastic Four movie,
Right.
and they dropped a little Easter egg at the end of Far From Home, which I think that was intended to be like a double like teaser for like Fantastic Four and Phase 4 of the Marvel Universe. But I definitely see like if they start planting the seeds in earlier stuff this year, if not, we will definitely start seeing stuff in Spider-Man 3. Like in Spider-Man 3, I guarantee we start seeing Fantastic Four if we haven't already.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, I could see Doctor Doom being the overall, like, how Thanos by the end of phase 3 was the big bad, the
Hmm.
final boss. I think that, yeah, that'll definitely, I could see
Yeah,
that being Doctor Doom
yeah,
easily. Hands down, because
yeah.
Doctor
Because
Doom's one of those people. Either I think it would be like, because I think it would, and this
Doom's a
is,
hard motherfucker.
yeah, but this is what's got me on another one though. If
Uh-huh.
you're thinking, I think it'll be a combo. I think it'll be Doctor Doom and Galactus.
Yeah, I could see that.
And I think it'll be Doctor Doom reigning hell on Earth and Galactus coming to eat the Earth.
I was gonna say it could be exactly like what you were saying earlier about there being the crisis on Earth and the crisis like out in the cosmos. Like, if it makes any sort of sense, Galactus and Doctor Doom, like especially with Silver Surfer in the mix and shit, like that all lines up perfectly.
Well, I say
So,
that's where, then that would be where all of the characters that they've got going from the cosmos
hmm
and the Earth all would meet
hmm
back up and be like, oh
and have
fuck,
that big Avengers shit. Like, oh
big.
man, you thought Endgame was like you wanted more. Well, they brought it, man. Like they're gonna have more this next time round, man.
When I read that they said that Chris Evans was wanting to sign back on to keep playing Captain
Yeah,
America too,
I
so
didn't look
that's
too
dope.
far into that, but I did see that he may be coming back in some capacity. But
Yeah,
I've been hearing that about Iron Man as well, and it's
well,
just
they
like,
said, well, yeah, but they said it's like, side characters,
hmm
and I think with his, they said it would never be a full on movie. Like,
yeah,
you would never get like a Captain America movie, but like that opens the possibility, because they said like past, Captain America and shit too. So that opens
hmm
up the door to give me that Captain America, uh, Wolverine World War II movie.
yeah, that would actually be pretty sick. Wasn't I mean, was the first Captain America World War I or World War II?
I think it was World War I.
I feel like it was World War II.
Well, might have been two.
Either way, I'm ready for those. I'm ready for those X-Men.
I'm ready
I
for the
did.
X.
I even saw when they were talking about the Magneto thing in WandaVision too. They were like, maybe they'll use the multiverse stuff and use like Michael Fassbender, like all aged up or something. And I'm just like, Man, like I'm not trying to hate, but like I'm kind of over it. Like y'all dropped the ball on that, and I'm over it. Like recast the X-Men. Like I'm like, please don't even, unless it's Hugh Jackman. I ain't trying to talk. Like, true, like truly. And if you're gonna bring it back Hugh Jackman, there better be another Wolverine. Like this better be a multiverse deal, because otherwise, I don't want to see Hugh Jackman back as Wolverine full time. You know, I don't want to see any of these fucking X-Men ever again. You know, like I love them and I love the X-Men and shit, but it's just like we've talked about this before. Like I'm just ready for something new with the X-Men. Like there's a lot that they're not doing. Some of my favorite X-Men never get like sufficient screen time. You know, like Nightcrawler has made an appearance. Another one who like I don't know much about as far as like her comic book stuff, but she was in Days of Future Past, and she was in that TV show The Gifted. Blink, I think, is what her name is. Yeah, and I'm just like, she's dope. I thought her character was super dope. Clearly, these people who teleport, I seem to be digging on the X-Men. But and I think last thing is I'm hyped for Deadpool to show up anywhere.
Yeah.
I can't wait for Ryan Reynolds to just play in the sandbox that is the MCU.
Yeah.
Because that's
he's
gonna
gonna have
great.
some fun. Oh yeah.
I think we're all gonna have some fun with that.
Oh, yeah.
I think Ryan Reynolds is gonna take us along on the journey.
Yeah, no, that'll be great when that goes down. There's, like I said, a lot of greatness, man. I got a lot of X-Men too that I'd love to see on screen. A lot that I've been hearing about Shang-Chi. I heard rumors of Red Omega being in, which is a mutant, so that's positive.
They dropped a potential Shang-Chi Easter egg on WandaVision in the first episode when it pulls out of the TV and it's playing the credits on the WandaVision within the show. When it said like directed by, I forget what the name was, but directed by whoever. Apparently, that was a character from like a more martial arts heavy comic line who that also features Shang-Chi and stuff. So people think that was a little Easter egg. So
little Easter egg, little nod.
I'm excited, man. You know, obviously most Super Saturdays we're just speculating.
Right.
But you know,
that's what we do.
That's what we do.
Comic life
we are hyped.
We are hyped.
Apologies to the DC universe. We don't have time for you today. So
you're just gonna flashpoint it and start over.
DC's gonna be our Matt Damon. We're gonna push every week. Sorry to DC, we didn't get to you today. We didn't have time. We'll have you on next week.
Yeah, we got you.
But yeah, that's about our time, man.
It's about the time for Super Saturday to wrap on up, and we'll be back with you. What? Monday,
but you know, between now and Monday, you never know what might happen. You never know what might just show up on old Chase and Shep.
Yeah, a lot of time in between now and then.
Sundays are like a little mystery box these days.
A little mystery box like Mario Kart. Never know what you're gonna get. Maybe you'll get some. Maybe get some banana peels. Maybe you'll get some shells.
Life is like a multiverse of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get.
Might be bees, chocolate covered bees.
All right. Well, Super Saturday. It's the Chase and Shep show. We'll see you.